Hi, I'm John Frutkin, and I am here with my partner, Adam Bach. We're from Radix Law, and we are also mediators. And so we're making this video to help mediators with the idea of virtual mediation. So, Adam, why don't you talk a little bit briefly about some of the good sides and the bad sides about doing it?
Well, I think using Zoom and video technology for mediations is just going to increase, because of the COVID-19. I think we've been forced to do it, but we started to see that there's a real advantage to using it. And I do think that we're going to be using this for many years to come. And we've done some recently, and we've learned a few, I guess, by trial and error, some things to do and not to do. So we wanted to do this video to maybe save you some time to be more successful in using the technology for your mediations.
Now, of course, Adam and I primarily do bilingual Spanish mediations. We also do some co-mediations, which is subject for another time. But what we want to do is show you how we set up Zoom. So Zoom really at the end of it all is about creating two different rooms, just like you'd have two different conference rooms in the case that you were setting up mediation, right? So we're going to show you how to set these up. A couple things though, okay? First thing is that you need a pro account. They're $14.99 a month. You probably afford it. If not, charge $14.99 more to each of your clients each month. But you're going to need one for each room, okay? Little quirk within Zoom, I don't know if it's a quirk or just a situation, is that each user can only have one concurrent meeting at the same time. So this means that you are going to set up one and your assistant's going to set up another. So here you're going to put in the name of the mediation, and I would recommend putting the party's name. So this is the AT&T litigation Jones room, and that's the name of the people who will be there. You'll set your time, and here in advanced options, make sure that you have enable join before host. Okay, that way there won't be any issue of anybody getting into that room. Okay, so you're going to schedule that. That will create a link and a opportunity for somebody to call in if they need to phone in, although we really do prefer for people to use the video because it makes a big difference, right, Adam, in your experience? And so
Yeah,
that it,
real quick,
yeah,
John, the key that I think most people don't understand is conceptually you're just creating two rooms just like you do in normal mediation, but instead of walking down the hall to one room and then leaving that one and walking down the hall to the other room, you're doing that virtually. And
right.
so you have two rooms, but instead of walking, you're just going to be typing in the meeting ID and password to give you access to that room.
And so here you're going to put the names of the other participants, and it will send them an invite, and then they'll be able to log in. Here in the invitation itself, there is a link. Okay, this is the link that you're going to click to go into this room. So what I like to do is I like to have my two appointments, and then I can just click back and forth. I also use a second monitor, which in my experience is something that is very helpful for this sort of thing, but you're able to click. Now, the only other hint that I really have has to do with hosting. So the host has a bunch of controls. I'm the host right now. I'm going to share my screen with Adam right now, but basically you are going to right click and you're going to make host. You're going to do that with the lawyer, who is the kind of head lawyer for each side. And the reason to do that is because you don't want a situation where the host baton is passed as you move from room to room, and that host baton is going to randomly be passed if you don't make somebody else the host. So make somebody else the host. You need to warn them, don't remove people from the mediation. Make sure that they don't end the meeting. If they end the meeting, to only leave the room, not close it out. And then make sure you have a phone number and the email addresses for everybody. So if you need to get them back on, that you can do it relatively easily. Any other kind of hints from your perspective, Adam?
No, I would just say, give it a shot. It's not that complicated. If you haven't done it before, go in and try it. And just with a little bit of time, you'll be able to figure this out, and it's actually works very seamlessly, saves the parties time and money, and so we highly recommend using it.
And we also think, from our perspective, as we've kind of gotten into it in the last few weeks, that this is so much more effective than telephone. I mean, so much more effective, because you get to see each other, facial expression. It engages, in our experience, it engages adjusters, insurance adjusters, a lot better than the old days, where they'd be on the phone and you'd have the attorney in the room. They're forced to pay attention because you're looking at them. It also gives a chance for each side to kind of caucus. And once we are a lot more comfortable with it, we'll also be using this for our co-mediation. So we think it's a great way in order for you to save money moving forward, to have more engaging mediations. And ultimately, we're happy to help anybody in the mediation community who needs help using Zoom. So if you just give us a call or drop us an email, I'm jfrutkin at radixlaw.com. and Adam is buck@radixlaw.com, and that information is down below in the YouTube information if you want to contact us. Anything further from you, Adam?
The only other thing I thought of was that you showed the function of screen share. That's very valuable, that as opposed to telephone, where everybody can look at the same document at the same time. So just know how that functionality works.
Yeah, that is right on the bottom. Definitely a good point. Other people can share as well. So the attorneys could share, the mediator can share, and it gives an opportunity to look at documents much in the same way that you'd pass something around in a mediation. So I agree. All right, with that being said, let us know if you have any questions. Good luck. Everybody stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.